Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from AnthonysCustoms, and for this review, we are looking at the new Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Build-A-Figure Mantis figure, which is just a regular figure essentially, but they probably figured they couldn't sell it on its own, so let's make it a Build-A-Figure, which makes perfect sense. I'm happy to have it. It's a piece for collectors for sure, and as a Build-A-Figure it works out that way. So I know some people had some complaints about that. I get it. It makes sense to me. So, I mean, it should make sense to everybody. It's common business practice. So, I'm happy. And it's a pretty cool figure. So, let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just about 16 centimeters if you count her little antenna thingies, which makes her just about 6 1/4. So, it's a cool figure. There's really nice green metallic paint throughout. You can see it's pretty intricate going down her leg. It's not perfect, but it's pretty clean. They did a pretty clean job, so I like that. I'm pretty pleased. And then we have the same thing, but in reverse on the arms. We have the black instead of the green, which is equally well done. We have some very nice line work throughout her torso. Just very pleased with it. This part right here, these three skirt pieces, very, very clean, very nicely done. Very happy with that. And then her hair has some really nice shading in it also, so that's pretty cool. Her face, painted well enough, and it's a really nice likeness, so I'm happy about that. Now, she doesn't have accessories because she's a Build-A-Figure, and they often don't, but I don't think she needs it. Here's one thing I'm curious about, just before I get into the articulation. This pose. Did that happen in the movie? I don't remember that. I remember her just, like touching somebody with her hand, not doing that. I'm just curious, because it's on there. It's like a specific thing they did. I don't remember, and I'm not criticizing it. I'm just curious. I don't remember, so does anybody remember what's up with that? Okay, that's all. Just wanted that for my own edification. As far as articulation goes, the head can rotate pretty well. The hair is soft enough, so it works. That's a good thing. She can't really look up at all because this part of her hair isn't going to allow it. She can look down a little bit. If you force the joint, it'll actually go even farther. But you probably don't want to do that anyway, so that's okay. Shoulders, let's see. Her shirt, I'm pretty sure, let's see. It's got a little bit of flex to it, but I don't think you're really going to need it because her shoulder works really nicely. Really, really well done for the shoulder. So you can rotate all the way around. Obviously, it'll come off at an angle at the top, but that's okay. You get a bicep swivel in here. That's pretty much unheard of on the female character, so I like that a whole lot. Her elbow joint works, you get 90 degrees, and then of course you do get your swivel in there as well. Don't need that. I like it much better up here. It's much more aesthetically pleasing in terms of once you bend it and rotate it. For the wrist, it's pretty much your standard swivel. You just have your peg and your hinge, so that's fine. For the ab crunch, let's see how this works. It's a diaphragm joint. It leans back, it leans forward, it leans side to side, and it rotates. So I'm happy. It's not the best one ever, but it's definitely good enough. It works just fine and looks good. These guys are actually soft pieces, but they're glued on, so let's see how the hips work. The hips can still go out better than most of the regular figures, so that's kind of awesome. They go not quite as far forward, but that's going to be good enough. I mean, she's not supposed to be in the most dynamic of poses, and the leg does go back a little bit, so that does kind of cheat and give you better hip motion, so I like that. Thigh swivels work, no problem. This one's going. This one's a little stuck right now. Not going to go. But they actually rotate around the ball peg also, so that's kind of cool. For the knees, let's see. Definitely kind of ugly the way it's so square. Not much you can do about that except for one thing I'll explain in a second, but you do get a full 180, so that's awesome. And the one thing you can do to make this look better, instead of looking like a giant box at the end of her leg, is to round these edges. Instead of making them come totally flat, if you round them like Toy Biz did or Hasbro even used to do, it makes the knee look way nicer, way smaller, and much more pleasing, but it still works, so that's okay. For the ankles, we actually get a shin swivel in here, which is surprising, and then we get a standard ankle hinge, though be careful, as you move the ankle, this shin piece feels like it might pop out, but you get really good range going forward on the ankle, and then going back, really good range, and you get an ankle rocker. And with that shin swivel, you get a really good ankle rocker. So this is a really nice figure, to be completely honest. It's a figure a lot of people complained about, but they pretty much did as good a job as they can on this figure. I'm very pleased with it. It's one of the better figures out of the bunch. Normally, that's not a fair comparison with a Build-A-Figure, but she is essentially just a bonus regular figure. I mean, you did have to build her, but same scale, same everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a comparison there and say she's the best, one of the best, if not the best of the bunch. So there it is, guys. You might want to track down the Wave to get her, or at least buy her separately if you're into the movie figures. You're probably going to be happy you did. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.